If you recall, an Amtrak train was stopped in New Mexico after a man was stabbed back in September.
The incident sparking a two-part Target 7 investigation into the men involved and how a machete and drugs were allowed onto a train. Here's John Cardinelli with part one of Off the Rail Security.
The train was heading from Los Angeles to Chicago and had to make an emergency stop in Valencia County after the stabbing. Passengers were eventually brought here to Albuquerque and put on other trains. But Target 7 discovered what happened that day could have been avoided, but a flaw that happens every day in passenger screening allowed it to happen.
Hello folks, so unfortunately right now this is a crime scene.
It's not every day New Mexico State Police respond to a moving crime scene.
You guys are probably going to be stuck here for a little bit.
And it's also not every day someone on an Amtrak train would witness what unfolded on September 18th, 2023.
The guy got stabbed in the head, got whacked in the head, bleeding everywhere. I have videos of the blood.
This video, taken by Jordy Gonzalez, a passenger heading to Chicago, shows some of the aftermath from the stabbing.
I think it's pretty crazy. It's just not much you can say about it.
Other passengers that day also left in shock.
Well, I'm just a little traumatized.
But those working on the train
I've been in incidents like this before.
didn't seem shocked at all. Witnesses told police the stabbing was sparked because one passenger started shouting.
This guy screams, "Hey, what are you doing? He has a gun."
This guy that stabbed him said he has a gun, he was going to shoot me, he was going to kill me. There's no gun up there that we've found yet.
No gun was ever found on the train.
How would you motion, how would you get him?
That's Gerald Bell, the man accused of stabbing the passenger. He currently faces charges of attempt to commit first-degree murder. Target 7 looked into his criminal past and discovered he has a lengthy criminal history, including felony drug possession from California in 2005, transportation or sale of narcotics in 2007, and felon in possession of a firearm.
You stuck him? What does that mean?
That's definitely denied.
Okay.
But those who witnessed the incident didn't describe the weapon as a knife.
It's a big blade. It had to have been a machete. It was, I would say, about this long.
These drawings done by that passenger and another, showing what the weapon looked like. Target 7 never received a picture of the actual weapon. It's unclear if police ever found it.
What did he hit you with, bro?
That's a big machete.
That's State Police interviewing Charles Cowley, the man stabbed on the train. Staff on the train describe his injuries.
And I saw that he had a 6 to 8 inch gash across his face, and it was maybe a ½ an inch deep.
While staff were helping Cowley, he made a request.
He started asking me about can someone get his phone and his luggage.
His luggage was this black bag.
So the conductor went to reach for his bag, and immediately as soon as he touched it, he's like, "No, we're not moving this."
It's your heart rate going up, dog. That's your heart rate shooting through the roof, man. Now you can either continue to lie or we can try and help you. Just hear me out, okay?
Cowley's heart rate going up when detectives asked him about what was in the bag.
You got a bag full of drugs that you were trafficking.
I don't got no reason to lie.
There's your heart rate kicking back up again.
According to state police, in that bag was nearly 20 pounds of meth. Cowley was originally charged with trafficking controlled substances, but those charges were dropped without prejudice. But it's not the first time Cowley has been in trouble with the law. Target 7 found last year he was charged with trafficking meth in Illinois, and his trial was set for November 6th of this year.
You got bank cards in here that say one thing, and you got your brother's name on other stuff in here.
State police say in Cowley's possession was his brother's ID, the same name on the ticket he purchased to get onto the Amtrak train. Those who witnessed the incident are asking questions.
I mean, like this it doesn't happen every day, even up there, let alone on a train where you're supposed to feel safe, public transportation. They're supposed to have protocols for these type of things. Metal detectors, pat-down screenings. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
So what types of screenings do Amtrak trains have before you board? It turns out there's actually very little. So what's being done to address it, and why some lawmakers are now getting involved? Those questions answered in part 2 of Off the Rail Security this Thursday. For Target 7, I'm John Cardinelli.
In part 2, Target 7 looks at how often passengers are actually screened before boarding an Amtrak train.